Hello everybody, here Big37, and today we're going to talk about finance in Magic the Gathering. I will talk about 8 cards that got recently reprinted. These cards are very playable in Modern. I'm not telling you guys that you should buy all of these cards right away, but if you were looking for these cards to complete your Modern deck or complete your collection or whatever, I think today is a very good time and you can get a pretty good deal for each of those cards. The first card that I will talk about is Amulet of Bigger. This card, as you all know, is highly played in Amulet Titan in Modern. And this card, as you can see in the chart beside me, all of these charts are taken from MTG Goldfish. As you can see from the chart beside me, this card hit the 35-40 bucks in the past, and now you can get a pretty decent deal for this card, around 16 USD for the World Gate version, or around 15 USD for the foil version that got reprinted in the Mystery Booster series. This card is a really good deal if you want to pick this card right now. If you play Titan, or if you play this card in your commander deck or any other deck that uses this card, today you can get a pretty sweet deal for this card. The next one that I will talk about is Mistress Bubble. Mistress Bubble was in the mouth of everybody when the companion rule, when the first rule of companions were announced. Because of Lurus, this card spiked a lot. This card was hitting around 25 bucks to 30. This card was really high, with a lot of expectancy, and everybody was picking up this card. Even though the mystery version was increasing its value. However, now you can get this card from Double Masters reprint to around 3.5 to 4 bucks, and the foil version you can get it around for 6 bucks. So today is a really good time. If you want to pick up this card, pick it now. The next card that I will talk about is Death Shadow. Death Shadow will be played forever in Modern. You can get a really good deck using Death Shadow. And today you can expect this card to be hitting the price about 5 bucks in the Double Master version, and the full version you can expect around 7 bucks. So this is a really good deal because Death Shadow, as you can see in the chart beside me, the price of the Shadow was above the 10 bucks. I'm talking about the Mother Master version, and this card, the spike was a lot when it got reprinted from Double Masters. The next card is Engineer Explosive. This card is played in a lot of decks in Modern. Now you can expect this card with the reprinted version of Double Masters. You can expect this card to be hitting 5 bucks and 8 bucks, the foil version. So this card is extremely cheap right now, so you should get it if you play this card in your sideboard, in your main deck. This card is playing in a lot of decks, so today is a really good time to pick up this card. The next card that I will talk about is Noble Hierarch. Noble Hierarch is not that cheap right now. However, this is one of the cards that will be played in a lot of decks, including humans, including Infect, including the one deck that is playing the band deck with the combo with Ballista and Elliot. A lot of versions you play Noble Hierarch. So I think today, even though it's around 18 bucks, the price of Noble Hierarch was a lot higher. And I think if you need this card right now, or you plan to need it in the future, you can get a pretty good deal with the reprinted version from Double Masters. The next one is Ad Nauseam. Ad Nauseam, today's reprint is extremely cheap. It's around 8 bucks. This card was very high in the past 2 months. It was hitting from 30 to 40 bucks because when the companions were announced and the companions short format was in place, Adenosine was really in the metagame, so the price of the car was over the sky. So and now it's around $8, so it's a pretty good deal. If you guys play Adenosine, if you plan to play Adenosine, you can get this card for a really good price. And the next one that I will talk about is Snaring Bridge. This card is not that cheap right now. It's around 21-22 bucks, but this card is really insane. A lot of decks played in the sideboard, especially if you are running Ursa or if you're in some kind of control or using card the Great Creator. This card is really good one to have. Today is not very cheap, however, is the cheapest that it has been in a long time. So you can get this card right now and expect the value to stabilize a little bit. But the next one is really bargain. I'm talking about Azusa, Last Spot Seeking. I'm talking about the version from M21, the reprinted version from M21. Now it's around 8 to 9 bucks. However, this card was extremely insanely high in the past. So you can see the price back down a lot. It is true that Azusa has been replaced because of Triad in Amulet Titan. However, if you want to pick this card right now, the price is extremely low. So it's really good time if you plan to play Amulet, or you're currently playing Amulet, or you plan to play in the future. If you can have like a toolbox with Azusa, Lost But Seeking, you can get a pretty sweet deal right now for this card. Also, the foil version is around 12 bucks. So that's it for the 8 cards that I consider today is a really good time to pick them up. I'm not telling you that you should pick them up because I don't want to tell you what to do with your money. However, if you need these cards or you plan to build a deck around these cards, I think, in my opinion, that today you can get a pretty sweet deal for these cards. That's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching and see you next time.